Hello and welcome to day 2 of HB 4545 Math Accelerated Instruction. When we last left off, we were taking a look at the associative property. We had one left. Are you ready? Do you have your math journals? Do you have your colored pens? Do you have your two sharpened pencils? Then you're ready. Get those readers or your glasses if you need them. Let's begin. Let me share my screen. Go ahead and write down 887 minus 723 minus 0. And again, we are using, adaptedmind.com. And we're going to lay that foundation because this session is going to be good whether it's for 4th through 8th grade or 9th through 12th in terms of relaying that foundation for concepts that we may have forgotten or, hey, I've never seen this before type of foundation. So that means that we're building from zero level. Now that you have the problem written, I'm just going to guess. Hopefully, I don't guess the right answer. That way we can see a tutorial. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Great. Thumbs up. Here we go.
Let's go ahead and evaluate the expression 887 minus 723 minus 0. So first we start with 887 minus 723. Remember, the order is very important with subtraction. So we start with our ones place. 7 minus 3 equals 4. 8 minus 2 equals 6. 8 minus 7 equals 1. And we subtract 0 next. If 4 minus 0 equals 4. 6 minus an imaginary 0 equals 6. 1 minus an imaginary 0 equals 1. And we get 164.
Great. Did you get that? All right. Let's keep chugging along. We're going to the next level. In these accelerated instructional math lessons, you'll see us spiraling up as we build our thinking muscle. Get ready for your next topic. Get past all of our ads. Now we're going to work with estimation for addition. Again, we're laying that foundation, or we are rebuilding on concepts that may have been weak. Go ahead and write down 866 plus 346. Now I'm going to share my screen. I want you to make sure that you are exercising place value. I'm going to go back. I didn't get that problem. I'm having some challenges. Please forgive Professor Matlock. Plus 346. So write the numbers neatly. Make sure that you are exercising place value ones, tens, hundreds. That's important, writing the numbers neatly. Now I'll let you go ahead and add it up. And I'm going to punch in the wrong numbers purposely so that you can see the lesson. I'll type in something like 111, 111, okay?
we're going to practice rounding so we can estimate the results of addition. We want to round 866 and 346 to the nearest hundred, so we can estimate the result of 866 plus 346. Let's start off by rounding 866 to the nearest hundred. We first figure out that the 8 is in the hundreds place. Then we look to the number to its right, which is the 6, and we ask ourselves, is 6 greater than or equal to 5, or is it less than 5? And since it's greater than or equal to 5, we know that 866 needs to round up. So since we're rounding up and we're rounding to the nearest hundred, we know that the 8 needs to increase by 1, becoming a 9. And since we're rounding to the nearest hundred, we know that everything to the right of the hundreds place needs to become zeros. So 866 rounds up to 900. Now let's do 346. We know that the 3 is in the hundreds place, and we need to look to the number to its right, which is the 4. And we ask ourselves, is 4 greater than or equal to 5, or is it less than 5? And since it's less than 5, we know that 346 needs to round down. So since we're rounding down, and we're rounding to the nearest hundred, we know that the 3 needs to stay the same. But once again, since we're rounding to the nearest hundred, we know that everything to the right of the hundreds place needs to become zeros. So 346 rounds down to 300. Now all we have to do is add the two together. We start by adding the numbers in the ones place, which are the zeros. So 0 plus 0 is 0, and we bring down the 0. Now we just move to the left. So 0 plus 0 is 0, we bring down the 0. 9 plus 3 is 12, and we bring down the 12. So 900 plus 300 is 1,200, making 866 plus 346 approximately 1,200.
Great. Let's move to the next problem. Now take a look and write down 900 plus 915 plus 681 plus 675 plus 602 or 602. Now remember to line your numbers up neatly. I'm writing as well. Makes for good practice. So you should have your numbers written neatly like this. Ones, tens, hundreds. Now let's begin the problem. Again, I'm always going to punch in a wrong value for a few of them, just so that we can see the lesson.
We need to round all of these numbers to the nearest hundred so we can estimate the result of addition. Let's start off by rounding 990 together. We figure out that the 9 is in the hundreds place, and when rounding, we always look to the number to the right, which is the 9 in the tens place. We ask ourselves, is 9 greater than or equal to 5, or is it less than 5? And since it's greater than or equal to 5, we have to round 990 up. Rounding up means the number in the hundreds place increases by 1, so 9 plus 1 is 10. But because we can't have a two-digit number in one place value, we have to keep the 0 of the 10 in the hundreds place, but carry the 1 of the 10 to the thousands place. Also, since we're rounding to the nearest hundred, everything to the right of the hundreds place becomes a 0. So 990 rounds up to 1,000. Now, if you follow those steps, you'll find that 915 rounds down to 900. 681 rounds up to 700. 675 also rounds up to 700. And 602 rounds down to 600. Now, all we have to do is add those numbers together. So, with addition, we always start with a column of numbers all the way over to the right. So, we have 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0, which is 0. So, we bring down the 0. We also have another column of zeros to the left, so we know those add to 0. Now we have 9 plus 7 plus 7 plus 6, which is 29. So we bring down the 9 and carry the 2. 2 plus 1 is 3, and we bring down the 3. So we find that 990 plus 915 plus 681 plus 675 plus 602 is approximately 3,900.
Awesome job. Let's keep moving. Now write 942 plus 809 plus 490 plus 286 plus 170. I'm going to write as you are writing. Line those numbers up nice and neat. 9, 490, 286, 170. Now I might have gotten a little messy right here, but 942, 809, 490, 286, 170. Now remember, this is estimation, so we are rounding the numbers. Are you ready? Say yes, Professor Medlock. My little magic 3 numbers. Let's begin.
We need to round these numbers to the nearest hundred so we can estimate the result of addition. So, since we know how to round, we know that 942 rounds down to 900. 809 rounds down to 800. 490 rounds up to 500. 286 rounds up to 300. And 170 rounds up to 200. Now, all we have to do is add these numbers together. So we always start with the column of numbers all the way over to the right. So we have 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0. And we know that's 0. So we bring down the 0. The next column of numbers is also 0. So those all add to 0. Finally, we have 9 plus 8 plus 5 plus 3 plus 2. And that's 27. So we bring down the 27 since we have no more numbers left to add. So 942 plus 809 plus 490 plus 286 plus 170 is approximately 2,700.
Good job. Excellent. Now write 967, and we're going to work this one, plus 465. So go ahead and write, and I'm going to write 967, 465. And remember, we are estimating, we are rounding. So 967 should round up to 1,000. And 465 should round up to 500. And you will add these numbers. Go ahead and add. 0 plus 0 is 0. 0 plus 0 is 0. And 10 plus 5 is 15. Or, well, no, I won't do an or. I'll let us watch the presentation to see if we've done it correctly. So we have 1,500. So we'll go ahead and put 1,500 here and check to see if our answer is correct. Correct. Yes, it is. Good job. Go ahead and write 962 plus 690 plus 391 plus 137 plus 117. You can do it. Write those numbers neatly. 962, 690, 391. Write neatly. 137, 117. Okay. Now we're going to round the numbers up or down. 962. What do you say? 690. I want you to practice. No, I heard you say, well, she didn't write the number. No, I want you to practice. 391. 137. Will it round up? Will it go down? 117. So I'm going to punch in my magic numbers, my 111. So I'm letting you add that up. Let's check.
So we need to round all of these numbers to the nearest hundred so we can estimate the result of addition. So we know that 962 rounds up to 1,000. 690 rounds up to 700. 391 rounds up to 400. 137 rounds down to 100, and 117 also rounds down to 100. Now, all we have to do is add these numbers together. So, we start with a column of numbers all the way over to the right, and we have 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0, which is 0. So, we bring down the 0. The second column is also a column of zeros, so we know that those add to 0. Now we have 0 plus 7 plus 4 plus 1 plus 1, and that's 13. So we bring down the 3 and we carry the 1. 1 plus 1 is 2, and we bring down the 2. So 962 plus 690 plus 391 plus 137 plus 117 is approximately 2,300.
Great. Now write 424 plus 295 Write neatly. I'm writing neatly. 424. 295. So we're here. 424 should round down to 400. 295 should round up to 300. 0 plus 0 is 0. 0 plus 0 is 0. And 4 plus 3 is 7. So we should have 700. Let's see if we've done the problem correctly. Correct. Now line your numbers up. You're on a roll. Good job. 995, 897, plus 666, plus 545, plus 36. So I'm going to write the numbers down. You write the numbers down. Don't forget, nice and neat. So I've written my numbers down. 995 should round to 1,000. 897 should round up to 900. 666 should round up to 700. 545 should round down to 500. And 36 should round up to 40. Now you're going to add. Now we'll see if we've done it wrong or right. 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 is 0. And in the tens column, we see that we have the number 4. And in the hundreds column, we have 9 plus 7 plus 5. Okay. So 9 plus 7, that's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And 16 plus 5, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21. We'll write our 1 and carry our 2. 2 plus 1 is 3. So we should have a sum of 3,140. Let's check it out. 3,140. So. No, we went wrong somewhere. Let's find out where we've gone wrong.
We need to round all of these numbers to the nearest hundred so we can estimate the result of addition. So, we know that 995 rounds up to 1,000. 897 rounds up to 900. 666 rounds up to 700. 545 rounds down to 500. And 36, when rounded to the nearest hundred, rounds down to 0. So, now all we have to do is add these numbers together. We start with the numbers all the way over to the right. We have 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0, which we know is 0. The second column of numbers is also just zeros added together, so we know that this is 0. Now we have 0 plus 9 plus 7 plus 5, and that's 21. So we bring down the 1 and we carry the 2. 2 plus 1 is 3, and we bring down the 3. So 995 plus 897 plus 666 plus 545 plus 36 is approximately 3,100.
Now, I just learned that 36 should have been a 0. Did you just learn that as well? Good job. Excellent. Now let's move to our last math problem for estimation and addition. Write 656 plus 212. I'm going to write, and you write 656 plus 212. 656 should round up to 700, and 212 should round down to 200. 0 plus 0 is 0. 0 plus 0 is 0. And 7 plus 2 is... So the sum should be 900. Let's see if we're correct. Nice job. And as we end our session, you can do this one as an exit ticket on your own. Your professor will check to see if you've gotten the right answer. So go ahead and write down your exit ticket. Problem 923 plus 776 plus 319 plus 222 plus 28. All right. Keep practicing. Keep learning. I'm going to stop sharing the screen. I know you're going to do a fabulous job in getting it right. Let me get all of these ads out of here. Bye-bye for now. Listen, keep practicing your multiplication tables, because as math spirals up and we cover an array of foundational topics, you're going to really need to be strong in knowing your multiplication tables. Bye-bye for now.